I was having a conversation with my mom a couple of days ago, right? And she pointed something out to me, and hopefully this can help somebody else as well. You know, as we move on this trajectory of life, how we can kind of get so caught up in just everyday things that we forget certain things, right? And so she seen me kind of doing some work, and I was running around the house, and I had to get on one meeting to the next meeting, and she could see me not stressed, but I would say kind of like jumbled in my thoughts. And she stopped to ask me something, and she was like, I've been seeing you do this thing for the past 15 years, this journey, this creative business journey, this entrepreneurship journey, and have you stopped to give yourself grace, right? And this is something, of course, that I heard before, but I think with me just studying more about the higher conscious and studying more about who God is, what the energy of God is, what the frequency of God is, like, it made me really stop and think about this. So I asked her, what exactly she meant. And she was like, well, have you stopped to like just be grateful and like understand that you're doing everything you can and not less than you need to be doing, right? And I was like, yeah, I hear you, and I appreciate you. She was basically telling me it's okay to take a break. And I know that, right? And I've taken breaks. But it made me just start digging a little deeper, right? So I looked at the root word of grace, which is gratia, which means favor, charm, or thanks. I'm like, okay, so similarly, this could be, gratitude for where I'm at. And I was like, let me just go deeper, right? So grace, of course, when it comes to Bible language, is, God's favor or help. And it's often described as a free gift. So it's unmerited favor. So either he doesn't count people's successes or failures to determine who receives this free gift. It doesn't matter if you failed 1,000 times or if you won 1,000 times, you get this free gift. And I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, I should reframe how I'm talking about giving myself grace. I don't give myself grace. The grace is already given to me. So if I know the grace is already given to me, then as I move through this life and I'm aware of that, I can start to become more conscious of everything around me and the free gift that God has given me. And with that reframing, it'll take each and every activity that I do, and I'll be able to I'll be able to breathe through it more smoothly, understanding that, hey, I don't necessarily have to give myself grace because I don't have that power, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because if my frequency is high and I'm of the most high, then that grace it's already bestowed on me. So when I get in my low moments, I don't have to give myself grace. I got the grace. In those high moments, I don't have to give myself grace. I have the grace already. And so if you are watching this and, next time somebody is like, give yourself grace, understand that you don't necessarily have to give yourself grace, but you appreciate the grace that's already been given to you. And for some reason, that made me just really realign my thoughts when it came to how I'm moving about life and different activities and different things that I'm doing. Because when I'm burnt out, for example, I can sit and meditate on the fact that I have the grace, I got the favor. I'm able to do this because I have the favor, right? I'm able to create videos for a living because I have the favor. I'm able to start a business because I have the favor. I'm able to fail a business because I have the favor, right? Even when you look at it that way, because even if I fail the business with favor, favor is going to pick me back up. Favor is going to make sure that I'm okay. And I just have to say thanks and have that gratitude in that favor to know that it's moving to the next level. See, sometimes we have to take certain things and phrases that we've been, taught for years and years and years and really start to pay attention to the words that we use. Words hold value. And so, yes, I understand the overall sentiment of the phrase, give yourself grace. I understand that, but I wanted to go deeper. Because I don't think it's meant by any harm if somebody says, give yourself grace. It's the normal thing to say, and they mean good by saying that. But I was like, let me just go deeper on that and see what that means. And that's another thing. Like, we just got to keep going deeper in our thought patterns, in our consciousness, keep going deeper so we can find out the true meaning of things that we may have had a misunderstanding about for a long time. I am truly grateful, and I'm truly blessed. Each and every person that watches these things, I'm truly blessed that you guys are just amazing. And each comment that I get to read, or each video that we get to do, I'm excited because I have grace, I have favor to do these things. So I kind of just want to encourage somebody out there, if you may be feeling, whether it's a high or a low, just understand you got grace in either plane. Whether you're very successful right now, that's grace, that's favor. Where you're failing and you may not feel it, it's a gift that's given to you. And you can tap into that gift to understand true joy. You can tap into that gift to understand that you get life again. Life is happening for you, not to you. Understand that life is happening for you. And it's not, oh man, I have to get up. It's, oh man, I get to get up because I got favor. Oh man, I gotta pay this car note. Nah, I get to pay this car note because the favor has allowed me to have abundance of money to pay that car note. Even if you have $5, it's an abundance because there's people with negative and none. Even if you have negative, you have abundance because you have life. And you can be able to make more money in order to get yourself out of that situation. You have the brain, you have the skills, you have the knowledge. You just have to put forth the action in order to do so. Come up with a strategic plan. That's favor. Coming up with a plan is favor. All of these things are favor. So don't let favor go to waste. When you get up every day, put on your shoes, get outside and understand you got favor. And I hope while you're listening to this gives you even more inspiration, even more hope, because sometimes that's all we need. And this was just on my heart. And I was like, let me go ahead and talk about this because it really made me think, like, man, do I give myself grace, or has the grace already been given? And when I just look at the word, the grace has already been given. It's there. It's been there. It's been there throughout my whole life. I shared a story on my threads. It was about my grandmother's discernment, but also there was grace and favor in that discernment. And, I'll share the story here as well for those who, don't follow me on threads or, they get to see it. When I was about 16 years old, my cousin, he wanted to go to a party. And of course, I'm a kid and I'm like, I want to go to the party. I'm trying to step up and go to the party because my cousin might have been 18, 19 at the time. And I was staying with my grandmother. I can't even remember where my mom was, but I was staying with my grandmother. And so my cousin's about to go. My grandmother, I asked her, I said, hey, grandma, can I go with cuz to the party? And she looked at me and said no. And of course, as a kid, you press the issue because you're like, maybe she ain't hear me. she ain't hear what I said. So let me do it again. Grandmother, can I go to the park? Because my grandmother is always a yes. It's always like, go ahead, baby. Be safe. She looked at me and she was like, no. And there was just something in the no that I know now was favor and discernment. But it was something in that no that just made me be like, you know what? I'm gonna listen, because grandma don't usually say no. So I'm gonna listen to that. Lo and behold, my cousin leaves. About 15, 20 minutes later, he gives us a call. He's like, hey, I've been in an accident. I'm okay. The car is totaled. I guess he lost control. A guardrail on the side of the road went through. He had a 2-door car. It went through the passenger window, out the back seat. Well, through the passenger chair, out the back, the left driver's side window. So it was like just diagonal through the car. Had I been in that car, I wouldn't be here to tell this story. That's favor. So anytime I'm feeling low or feeling high, I gotta understand that favor follows me regardless. That I get to be here because I didn't have to be here. Multiple times favor have saved me. The grace of God has saved me multiple times. And I don't want anybody out there to forget that you have favor covering you. And in order to tap into that favor even more, we got to keep raising our frequency. We got to keep doing the things that bring us joy. We got to keep tapping into our universal power that we have in order to get that joy. But you have favor. Favor is all over you. Even if right now you feel like you're a bad person or you haven't done so good, it don't even matter. Like, the love and the favor is still there. And you can come out of whatever situation you may be in. You can change. You can become a new person with that favor. Favor allows you to put that favor on, dress up in it, walk outside, and turn your life around. My grandmother really, that moment right there was pivotal for me in learning what discernment meant, understanding that gut feeling, and understanding that because she was covered in that favor and our family was covered in that favor, she was able to get that message through me and to me. Through her to me. So start to look at the favor in your life. Don't look at things in such a mini scope, but really open up and expand and see all the different blessings that you have around you. See all the different things that when looked at from the surface, they seem like, oh, this is just life. But when you go in deeper, they have favor written all over them. Yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to give you guys that message. I truly hope this blesses somebody. I truly hope you got a word from this. And, yes, give yourself grace in a sense of stop and think, but understand that grace has already been given to you. That favor and grace is just already there. And I hope this is encouraging and you get out there and you give grace to someone else if you can, even though they already have it as well. But a good word of thanks, some gratitude to another person never helped. Yeah. Go be favorable. Understand what you got. Understand your power. Understand the depths that God will go to make sure that you get the best quality of life, as long as you understand that you are in control of your destiny. You are in control of that. You can make the changes. But let the favor help you make the changes. Let the favor work through you to make the changes. You got it. It's all up here in the mind, okay? Spiritual plane, physical plane, and the mental plane. They all work together. And there's favor on each level. There's favor on each level, each plane. We'll have to go into and break down each plane in another video, but just understand that grace is upon you already, man. Blessings, Godspeed, stay high frequency. I'll see you on the next video.